Thanks for watching Do I Need a Lawyer? I'm your host, Gary Martin Hayes, and if you have a question that you would like for me to answer, just give me a call, 770-934-8000. Our legal experts are standing by right now to help you with your case, or you can email me, gary@garymartinhayes.com. Now let's get to our question, and this is from Maria in Atlanta, and she writes, first of all, thank you for taking time to answer my question and others like mine. My son was born in 2011 with a congenital heart defect, and they had to operate. Thankfully, he was able to recover in the hospital, but they're telling me he will probably require more surgeries. The prior hospitalization and surgery was very expensive. I just read a report in a woman's magazine where it said that taking antidepressants during pregnancy could potentially increase risk of birth defects. I was prescribed an antidepressant during my pregnancy due to depression. Now I'm worried. How can I find out if my child's birth defects are due to me taking the antidepressant during my pregnancy? Do I have a case, and do I need a lawyer? Again, that's from Maria in Atlanta. Maria, I am so sorry to hear about your son's condition. It's devastating for any parent to learn that their child has a medical condition, and it's just as difficult to learn that the condition may have been caused by medications that the mother innocently took while she was pregnant. Now, more and more evidence is mounting in the medical and the scientific community that supports the claim that certain antidepressants are in fact connected with serious birth defects, including congenital heart defects. Let me give you some examples. First, there is a study that was featured in Obstetrics and Gynecology that found 105 children for every 10,000 exposed to Prozac while the mother was pregnant developed certain heart defects. The risk of this Prozac birth defect was over double the risk to children born to women not on the drug while pregnant. And here's another study, and this was published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2007. This study indicated that while first trimester use of antidepressants may be connected to development of birth defects in general, specific drugs cause differing defects. This study showed correlations between Zoloft and defects affecting the tissue separating the chambers of the heart. It also showed Paxil causing obstruction in the right ventricular outflow tract in the heart. And here's a list of other serious birth defects that have been connected to taking antidepressants while pregnant. Atrial septal defects. This is a congenital heart defect. Normally the right and left atria of the heart are separated by the septum. However, with this defect, there is no separation and the blood flows freely between the two chambers. So you have an oxygen-rich blood from the left side of the heart mixing with oxygen-poor blood on the right side of the heart. And this leads to lower than normal oxygenated blood, and this is the blood that flows to the brain, organs, and tissues. Another condition, persistent pulmonary hypertension, or PPHN. Sometimes referred to as persistent fetal circulation. This occurs when the newborn's circulation system does not adapt to breathing outside the womb. Other problems, limb defects. This is where the fetus's limbs or extremities do not form properly while the baby is in the womb. A cleft lip and palate. This is a condition where there is abnormal facial development during the gestation period, and neural tube defects. Look, these are all birth defects of the brain, spine, or spinal cord. Very serious. And the two most common are spina bifida, where the spinal column doesn't close completely and there is some paralysis of the legs, and the other is called anencephaly. And this is where most of the brain and skull do not develop. Autism spectrum disorder. This is a neurological disorder which results in complex developmental disabilities related to social interaction and communication skills. The names of the antidepressants listed in these studies, they're familiar to most of us because of the popularity of these drugs. And here are some of the drugs that have been under investigation for causing birth defects. Zoloft, Prozac, Celexa, Lexapro, Effexor, Pristiq, Paxil. Now, Maria, if you are taking one of these antidepressants during your pregnancy, clearly the congenital heart defect is one of the side effects that may be linked to the medication. We'd want to get a complete copy of your medical records reviewed by an expert, and that needs to be done as soon as possible. And this is certainly the type of claim that I would encourage you to hire a lawyer to represent you. And given all the research evidence and the various FDA warnings, there have been multiple lawsuits related to birth defects that have been caused by these antidepressants, and there are going to be more. So I would encourage you, if you had been taking antidepressants during pregnancy and your child had one of the defects that we talked about, or perhaps sadly you lost your child, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to investigate the claim. Look, you have nothing to lose by calling an attorney. Think of all you can lose if you don't. The consultation is free. It's completely confidential. There is no obligation. You have no idea what your rights are unless you hire an attorney. We'd be more than happy to investigate the claim. You can call us at 770-934-8000, or you can go to our website, GaryMartinHayes.com, or email me, Gary@GaryMartinHayes.com. You can come into the office. We'd be more than happy to meet with you, but give us a call. And more of Do I Need a Lawyer will be coming up next.